Dear God, I just want to thank you for another great day and beautiful Monday. It's a little bit cold here in Oregon, but we're getting through it. Just want to pray for anybody out there that going into Thanksgiving, that just be thankful for what you have and don't be comparing to others, and just bless everybody in the situation they're going through, and everybody have a safe week and safe travels going to see family wherever they're at.
Sure.
And bless us with this podcast to bring more people to us and bring more hope to people that are lost. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Whew. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Hope Dealer podcast. This is number 16. It's
Thank you,
amazing. Very amazing how fast it's going. Feels like just yesterday we were on number 4. So it's good to be back. For those that are new to the channel, obviously we're Hope Dealers, so we're bringing hope to the hopeless for people that are lost and just have no friends or have nowhere to go. We are faith-based, so we do like to bring some scriptures into our point of views, because that's what really helped us through things. Without God, we wouldn't be here today. I believe that, and I know Forrest believes that very well. I myself am almost a year clean, which is cool to say. A year clean, and you're just over 20?
December 8th, it'll be 22 years.
22 years. It's amazing. So this is episode 16, as I said, and today's topic is you can't please everyone.
Ooh-wee.
Which is something I'm still dealing with, because I am a people pleaser and I like to help out where I can. But there are times where it gets a little overwhelming and you get burnt out. So for those that are in that same situation, we're going to give you some helpful insights and how we've been getting through different things and still able to help people without hurting ourselves.
And without hurting other people's feelings, hopefully.
True.
Because you can't do it. We're not going to be able to do it the right way all the time.
No. Definitely not. But with this, with what we got some good points that will definitely help you guys, and I know have helped me out. Oh man, it just reminded me of this. Even this week, I've had a couple of people ask, "Hey, can you help me with this? Hey, can you do this?" I'm just like, "Nope, sorry."
To learn how to say no, I would get myself so bogged down trying to. It's not that I would try to please everybody, but it's hard to say no when. Oh yeah, it's so easy to help them,
right?
And you know you're going to get a little attaboy, or you're going to make them happy, and you can get so addicted to that affirmation or that attaboy that you're not doing right for yourself.
Right. People like to feel useful, but sometimes you'd be so useful to other people you feel useless when you're done.
Yeah, that's where it talks about here. It says it's in our nature to care about what other people think about us. So it's in our nature. I mean, we care about what. I know I care about what my mom thinks. I care about what you think. I care about what everybody thinks about me. But if we live in a state of perpetual fear over the thoughts and opinions of others, that's a sad way to live. But our daily actions are often motivated by obtaining the approval of others. But could you imagine just living in a perpetual fear over what other people think of you?
No. But I've been there, so I can say yes. I've been there before, but I'm to the point where I wouldn't say I don't care anymore, but I care for myself enough to where it's like, love you, but no.
It comes back. I love looking. It's just like the other day when you were working at your job before you got solid, and I mean, it seems like it's been over a year already, but
almost a year and a half.
5 or 6 months into your work, I remember you were like, well, they said this and they said that and they said this. And I was like, dude, who gives a flying?
Yeah.
And it would mess with you so bad. I was like, dude, somehow let me pray for you or something. Get that out of you.
I remember calling either you or my buddy Grant almost a couple times a week and just like, this happened. I don't know what to do. And you guys would have different perspectives on how to help, because Grant works for the company as well. But you also helped me because you've been in similar situations with other jobs, especially Columbia. So it definitely helped.
Not at all. There's an obsession with making sure we don't disappoint those around us. And it's most usually in exchange for our own happiness. So how many times do we go so far out of the way to make other people happy when it falls right into the second line. It says, think about all that we do for everybody else. So if you think about one whole day of all the things that I do I serve 50-50? Do I take care of myself 50% and other people? Or do I serve people 80% and only take care of myself 20%?
Yeah, that's the hard part about helping other people is you have to take a little bit out of yourself and your energy and your free time and sacrifice in order to please others.
Because, if I serve people all day long, I'm going to fail what I need to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be somewhere in between there that I got to say, hey, I'm sorry, I can't really help you with that right now.
Right.
I got to say no on this. But if there's another time I can do this for you,
I think that's a good way to do it because it's letting them know that you're not just saying no because you don't want to. It's just because I'm busy, but I want to help you. I can't.
Yep.
Another thing that helped me is Keith told me that you got to do everything for the Lord. So when somebody asks you to do something, you don't have to just automatically say yes. Sometimes saying, well, let me get back to you. Even that you could be saying no in the end, just let them know, hey, let me get back to you. Let me pray about this. Let me come to a conclusion instead of acting impulsively and on the spot, just to kind of giving yourself out there and pushing things away.
Yeah.
So, number 3, this is a good one. There will come a point in your life, and hopefully that point is right now, when it is imperative that you learn how to stick up for yourself and learn that to be selfish for the well-being of the self is, in fact, acceptable. As you become more of an adult with more to lose and less time to spend on this earth, you must become stronger and more confident in expressing how you feel. That was a tongue twister.
Hey.
But
how long did it take you to learn how to be confident in speaking your mind without worrying you're going to offend somebody? But I can't tell them that, Forrest. They're going to. Who gives a damn if they get mad?
Too long. Way too long. Because I was one of those people that I always cared about what others were thinking and what they thought of me, when realistically it was just bringing me down more, making me more depressed. And so now I'm learning that, because like what you said before, we don't like to be selfish, but at the same time we need to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where I wasn't taking care of myself anymore, and I was giving so much of myself to others, and I had no more energy to help myself. So
what happens when you give away all you have and you don't have nothing left?
You're burnt out. Completely burnt out.
That's where some people are like, I've tried to make everybody happy, but nobody's there. Well, you're giving yourself away.
Mm-hmm.
And where it says it's imperative that you learn how to stick up for yourself.
Right.
You're going to offend some people, and it's okay to say no.
Which it's hard to do, but you got to do it.
One good picture I saw the other day that this one coach I've been watching on Instagram.
Yeah.
He says, just like making muscles and doing push-ups and learning is the same way you got to strengthen your emotional muscles.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before on YouTube.
So an emotional muscle is once you say no to something, you've done one push-up. Or you could say you've done a set of push-ups.
Yeah.
And then over a week, when
get stronger,
you get stronger as you say it more.
Yeah, and get more used to it.
You got to learn how to talk a certain way. Another thing I've been telling people at my class is if you want to get something you've never had, you got to learn to do something you have never done.
I've heard that one as well. I can't remember who said that one. There was a time in my life where I was so depressed, and YouTube was my counselor in a way, because I was too ashamed to reach out to others. So I would just wake up, and anytime I felt depressed, I'd jump on YouTube and listen to motivations, or even when I'm longboarding. And so I've got a lot of good help, but the one thing I didn't do was I didn't go through it with a biblical or spiritual aspect. It was just going on YouTube. I wasn't going to the Bible. I wasn't going to the Word, which I feel is very important nowadays, because that's what's really helping me right now is whenever I get down, instead of reaching out to certain people, I want to reach to God. I want Him to help me, because He sets things up in front of me that I can handle and that will build me to be the person He wants me to be. So that's been really important.
The whole TV and the whole gamut thing, they want us to express how we feel, right?
Right.
But sometimes our feelings are wrong.
Oh, I could go down that rabbit hole for an hour.
So the quickest thing I always tell people, all feelings are valid,
Right.
but not all feelings are true.
Very correct. Especially with the world we live in right now, where everybody says, this is my truth and this is how I feel, so this is what's the fact. It's like, well, not quite.
The best one I just saw from this guy is, hey, a 4-year-old believes in Santa Claus, and you let him believe in Santa Claus, right?
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, well, the presents showed up, so Santa Claus must have been here. Okay, but now what if he believes he's a unicorn?
Right.
And all this and that. I'm not going to go in there.
Yeah, great diversion.
To be confident in work and in your daily life,
Mm-hmm.
We all have to learn how to start doing push-ups and express ourselves. And the people that don't accept you, this is one thing that took me a while to learn, but when I share my feelings and say, hey, this is what I'm feeling right now, do you think this is right? And if they don't want to accept what I'm saying, maybe I don't need them in my life.
Yeah, which is also very difficult to do.
And another thing is maybe need to, not that they don't accept what I'm saying, if they don't want to listen to what I'm saying.
Yes. They need to be open to your opinion, what you think, and what you're going through.
What did you say about your at work you would do?
So not just at work, but in life, especially when the politics stuff would go down, whenever I'd have a conversation with somebody, I'd always make sure that I'm asking them, are you asking or talking to me to try to change my mind, or are you trying to learn about how I got to my perspective and my opinions?
Mm-hmm.
So that really changes the story, because if they just want to change your opinion and you're not open to change, we can just end the conversation there. But if you're trying to understand me and I'm trying to understand you and come to a common ground and we learn from each other, it's a great conversation, and you guys walk away kind of learning from each other, because everybody's got a different perspective, everybody's got a different upbringing.
Love it.
And it's really important, because a lot of times they get so stuck on the I'm left, I'm right, I'm this, I'm that, instead of saying we're human, we have opinions, let's find out how we got to our opinions and learn from each other.
And that one little phrase, would you be open to hearing how I came to that?
Right.
And another thing I just heard was you have to believe in to a new belief.
Mm-hmm.
So what you just said, if we just use that one little phrase, would you be open to hearing how I came to that belief,
Right.
or to believing that?
Mm-hmm.
And if they say, sure, I'll be open to, okay, so you'll let me say my whole heart, or you'll let me say my whole thing, right? You're not going to cut me off and try to change my mind.
Yep.
And if they say yes, but if they say no, well, and if they do try to cut you off, you can honestly say, or, hey, you said you'd listen to me.
Yeah.
And if they get butthurt or cry about it, then we're just going to have to end this conversation right here.
Which is hard to do.
Yep.
So next topic, or I shouldn't say next topic, but next little bullet point. You must learn to stick up for yourself to make sure that you are not being taken advantage of. However, I know as well as anyone that it's difficult to dictate to others on matters they don't wish to hear. The pain of letting someone down, disappointing them, just doesn't seem worth the freedom that comes with saying no. Okay, I know it's hard to say, but I love saying no now.
Yeah.
And I love saying yes. Like, one of my favorite movies is Yes Man. And it came to the point where I got burnt out saying yes to everybody. And so now saying no, it's not like I don't want to help them, but saying no tells me, okay, I can say no because I need to catch up on my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being selfish, but I'm taking care of myself. And I like to tell people, hey, this is a no now, but if I can, let me know. If I can, when I'm done, I'll let you know if I'm done with it before your project is done, or if I can help you in the future.
Yep.
Which is important to do, but also can be hard to kind of play that, what is it called, the life juggle?
Yeah, juggle every part of your life.
Every part of your life, especially when you're working full time, you're doing all this volunteer stuff, because I know you're doing different things and I'm doing different things. And I know you have a truck, so you're getting people all the time asking you for help with moving.
Yep.
And I love helping people move, but there comes a point where timing's everything. It's all about the timing. You got all your ducks in a row. Make it happen if you can. If not, tell them, well, I'll get back to you. I'll help you next time.
And then you got to, the thing I learned when saying no, if they start, because I've said, well, what kind of Christian are you? You're not going to help me do this? I'm like, dude, really? You're going to go there?
Use the religion. Yep.
I said, I've got this. I'm married. I got to be home at a certain time. I got to eat, and then I got to go teach at church. And I'm just like, I would love to help. If you schedule it for a different day, I will help.
Right.
Well, I can't schedule it for a different day.
Find somebody else.
If someone doesn't want to understand and believe that, then you just got to let them lie in their own stuff.
Yeah, don't let them put that projected onto you, because it's not your burden to carry.
And I'll jump past one, because we are talking about standing up for ourselves, but here it says, don't let others take advantage of your selfless nature and kind heart. Because people are going to be, especially people that do know how to manipulate us, and they know how to take advantage of us. They say, oh yeah, Forrest always says yes. Forrest will do anything. Forrest loves helping people. Yeah, well, Forrest got a little stronger in my walk now too. So when I say no, please don't get meow meow.
Please don't get meow meow. I love that.
The first step in learning to stand up for yourself is understanding the motives of individuals and what they're asking of you. So you can say, is this really important for you that you need to get this done today, or can it wait a couple days?
Yeah.
Because we all have sacrifices and compromises that we can make. But before our future has even had a chance to play it out, I can make a phone call and say, hey, you know what? Is it okay if I push this job over to this date? Because I need to get this one done first. No, Forrest, you gave me this date. Okay, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Without asking questions, we got to learn to be uncomfortable in fear of not knowing what's going to happen.
Yeah. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Which is also, it took me a long time to get there. Just a little thing that helped me out. There's a channel I watched on YouTube when I was really depressed and didn't want to talk to people and help them out. It's called Seek Discomfort. And they do some great stuff, and that's really helped me, because I was very into my room and not helping people out. But now, anytime I get a chance to pray for someone, I get that word on myself where it's like, hey, you pray. The unction. I love that feeling, because it's basically the Holy Spirit and God going, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Time for you you're my vessel. Go work.
Amen.
And it brings such joy to me to be able to be that vessel and help out and see the people light up when you get to pray on somebody.
I just experienced that the other day, and it's our human nature to worry about ourselves before others, but we do that inside, and then we're like, oh no, I know I'm gonna screw up, but I'm gonna go ahead and help them.
Yeah.
But then that's that spiritual, not really spiritual abuse, but it's spiritual neglect. I'm neglecting myself in order to make sure other people, and that's where it says you can't please everyone.
Correct. Shout out to Forrest for these amazing notes, by the way. Do you get these on, what website do you get these on?
The Google.
Just Google?
Yep.
Wow. The ending one's my favorite because it's by one of our favorite guys that we watch a lot, and I'm sure you guys have heard of him, Jordan Peterson, so stay tuned for the ending. It's a good kicker.
Very good.
So we have 4 points that we really want to get across that kind of run this home. So starting with the first one is people won't remember. So just remember that when somebody asks you, hey, can you help me with something? Can you do this for me? Don't feel like they're going to always remember you saying no and come up to you and be like, well, you said no this time. I need you to help me with this next one. Just remember that they're going to remember the times you do help them more than the times you say no, which that really helps me out because I just said no to somebody that I love helping recently, and I know when the time comes, they're going to reach out again. And
if they're really your friend and they love you.
If they're really your friend, yes. And there are times where people, they're going to use you because you're the cheapest, but there are times where they know it's helping you out while it's helping them out, so it's a win-win. But just make sure it's not a win-win-lose to the point where you're helping them out, you're helping yourself out, but you're also sacrificing something that's going to bite you in the butt later.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind and always do everything for the Lord because that's how I do it. That's how I know you do it. Is
to my best.
Yeah, before you do anything, just pray about it. Make sure it's for him, and yeah, just go through it like that.
It's hard still having a youth pastor's heart when I know the kids, when I know I can solve a problem like that.
Yeah, well, sometimes tough love is what they need, and they need to learn it the hard way. And
I lost $10,000 in, well, it was more than $10,000 because I thought that one guy, I thought it was God's will.
Yeah.
And I won't go into the whole story, but I thought for sure the guy's right across the street, and okay, the Lord wants me to take care of him. What the Lord wants me to help him, and then I let him spend the night at my house, and he goes drinking while I'm on vacation and steals all that stuff from, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, you had a learning moment with that one.
But what's the next one? People get over it. I got over that. Maybe about 97%. There's still a little bit, 3%. You could tell in my voice right there, praise God. I know that I could pray for him, and I could tell him I forgive him, and I'd still have that 3% there. I'm still saying, Lord, take that 3% away, heal that 3%, because I've done it to so many people, and I've stolen so much that when someone broke into my truck when I first moved here to Portland, they stole my fishing poles and my stereo and all this, and they're like, "Why aren't you mad, Forrest?" I said,
"They needed more.
If you knew how much I have stolen in my life." If they stole my stereo every day until Jesus comes back, it's what I deserve.
Yeah. Unfortunately. You have a good way of going about it, that's for sure.
Not too many people could understand that and live that way, but I know in my mind, I think it's 7 times 70 is what I deserve for my punishment for what I've screwed people over. I wish I could pay them back. So
while we're on this, people get over it. Just last week, I had a coworker get mad at me because instead of them asking me for help, I just needed their help by doing their job. And I got mad at them, and they got mad at me because I was mad at them. Before I even knew it, I shouldn't say act like nothing happened, but I just kind of just let them know that I'm still here. I'm not really mad at you. I'm just frustrated. Today we're friends. We're still talking. We're having a good time. We're joking around. And people will get over it, no matter what the situation is or what happened, or if they ask you to help them move and you're busy and they use it against you. Well, I helped you move this last time. You can help me with this. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, I want to, but my time is booked up this weekend. But they'll get over it.
Mm-hmm. And the big one that you've seen on some shows where there's some young people and then their parents, and their parents really want them to go into a certain area in college.
Mm-hmm.
And they just put their own feelings down, and they're like, well, my parents want me to go here. I guess I better go here. You need to sit down, as tough as it's going to be, and tell them this is what my heart and this is what my gut is telling me that I really want to do. That I'm not really interested in this.
Yeah, don't just do it for others. Do it for yourself. It'll save
you a long road of misery.
Yeah.
And people, they will get over it.
Because you're doing what's best for you. So, comes to the next one. Your needs come first.
100%.
Which is, it's really hard to, I hate this word, but to be selfish, but to love yourself enough to know that you have needs, you have obligations that you have to do yourself, whether it's your chores, just going to work every week, or even cleaning your room. There's times where I'm so caught up with helping other people that I forget to clean my room. I forget to shave. I forget to finish a project that I promised somebody a week ago. So just remember, your needs are first, and if you have all of your needs are done and taken care of that week and somebody asks you for help, maybe that's an opportunity to help them. Make sure you pray about it, though, and ask God, hey, is this actually what you want me to do? Is this going to give them a blessing, or is this just going to help because it's cheaper?
In addiction, I always tell some of the people that I'm sponsoring helping out, if you don't take care of yourself first, you're not going to be able to take care of anybody else. That's where I don't like saying the word that I'm being selfish, taking care of myself, because if I don't take care of myself first, I can't help anybody.
Yeah.
It's what do you want to say? My life has to become before anybody's, before I can be good for them.
Yeah.
Just like what you're saying. If you start hauling butt to work, hauling butt and doing this, doing that, and then when you come home, or when I come home, my bed's a mess. I got to get into a dirty bed, and all my clothes are dirty. If I don't start keeping myself clean, if I don't keep taking care of myself, then I'm not going to be able to help anybody else.
it's a total domino effect, because what happens is you start feeling overwhelmed, you start getting kind of anxious or frustrated with what you did, and you can't keep up or catch up to what you need to get done. You're going to end up lashing out with others. You're going to have a harder time dealing with what you got to deal with. So take care of yourself. It's really important.
Very.
So also comes this next one. You know what's best for you. That's a big slap upside the head, because there's times where we know what's best for us, but do you really have the strength to do what's best for you?
Do you have the strength to talk about it?
Yeah. And that's the hardest part about depression, is that you feel like you can't talk to somebody. But sometimes you're depressed because you've been burnt out by helping other people and putting them first. So sometimes you got to take care of yourself and put yourself first a little bit.
I was fighting depression today
Yeah.
for the first half of my day. And I told 3 people, and they were like, "Oh, that doesn't sound like something to come from you, Forrest. Are you okay?" I said, "Hey, dude, you asked me how I'm feeling. I'm fighting depression right now.
Yeah, you're going to be candid.
I can feel like a dark cloud just sitting on me, and how it just wanted me to be just depressed and shut up and don't say anything. And I had to fight it.
Yeah. That's hard to do, but it's probably for opening up and letting them know.
Yeah. So when you know what's best for you, I just want to encourage you out there. If you know what's best for you, get a book, a little journal, write down what's best for you, and share it with someone. If you don't have anybody to share it with, find Colby on Facebook, find me on Facebook, and share it with us. We'll pray for you with it, because I know that I've seen many things prayed for. When I know what's best for me, if I start praying for it, God brings it about.
Prayer is very powerful, and a lot of people don't go to prayer even when, well, I've been a Christian all my life, but there's been a time where I walked away, and it's hard to say, but I didn't really believe in the power of prayer. But man, if you pray to God, like, hey, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to help this person out? Am I supposed to do this task for this person? He'll give you an answer pretty quickly. Sometimes he doesn't, and you have to choose, and you'll get the answer later, which also kind of hurts.
The best. God knows. God's timing is way better than my timing, even though it doesn't taste good.
Yeah.
It took me a while to learn that one.
For sure.
But
So
he knows what's more better, even though it's not correcting. He knows what's more better for me than what I know is for myself.
very true. So to close this out for us, what is the Jordan Peterson quote that you got for us?
There's a little short out there that I saw this on, and it just really hits me in the heart. It says, "You would be blown away at how so many people are out there right now in this time of day that are dying. They're dying, commit suicide, just for lack of an encouraging word." And how easy is it for us just to provide one encouraging word? And it might change someone's life, might change a family. It's just, everybody right now is dealing with discouragement, hopelessness, and that's what this podcast is about. We just wanted to share some different ways, because I know growing up through my addiction, boy, was I a people pleaser. I would love to steal things and give them to people to make them like me, and look how good of a stealer I am. I can steal 15 cars, stereos in one night, and this and that. But I'd have to drink in order to do bad stuff. And so right now, with what's going on in this world, we all are a net force for good. And what's a net force? Our words. Our words can give life, or they can give death. And in Proverbs it says, the power of life and death is in the tongue, and those who love its fruit will eat of it. So what we're speaking, we're going to eat. It could be good or bad. But if we choose to be a net force for good, we can just give credit where credit is due. When we see someone do something real easy, something just small. The smallest one I told you about when I was walking through Fred Meyer's, and that lady turned around, "Hey, what?
Thank you.
Thank you. For what?" For smiling at me. And I'm like, wow, okay. Just try to encourage somebody this coming up week. Do something you haven't done. That one saying we'll close on is, if we want to get something in our life that we've never had, we're going to have to do something we've never done.
Yeah. Amen to that. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you for joining us on episode 16.
Yeah.
For those that are new, please subscribe on the bottom left. Bottom right. There's also a bell on the upper right-hand side. If you click that, anytime we're not here or we miss you or something like that, and we post again, it'll notify you guys. Also, have a great Thanksgiving, because I know that is coming up in a couple days. For those that are traveling out of state or even somewhere a couple hours away in the same state, drive safe. Don't be crazy. Don't rush.
Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe.
Yeah.
Don't eat too much.
Well, that's impossible to do.
Don't hurt yourself by eating too much.
Exactly. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
God bless y'all. Peace.
Boy.